Hey, what's going on, everybody? BDL44 coming at you with another video. All right, so the Lakers got the victory 134-109 in Houston against the Houston Rockets. And we're extremely pleased about this victory as a whole. Our team really put our foot on the gas in the first half. I thought we played the best first quarter we played all season. And even though we let them kind of get a little close in the second quarter, got a little close to like 9 or something like that, ultimately we were able to just keep our foot on the gas. Now, I'm not really sure what happened with D'Lo. He did not play in the second half, so that's one thing that I am concerned about. I just don't know what happened there. But other than that, this was just a really overall fun, good basketball game to watch if you're a Laker fan, and you just saw so much good play from so many different Lakers. And the game ball is not going to be the easiest thing to give away tonight. I'm going to let y'all know right now, this ain't the easiest game ball because you had really multiple players that played excellent. First of all, Anthony Davis, 40 points, 9 rebounds, just phenomenal stuff, man. He was repeatedly getting in the paint and doing what he had to do. It was stellar, man. I think he was 11 of 14 or something like that. I don't remember, but he was just stellar. The efficiency was overwhelming. I think he only missed 2 free throws. The guy was just dominant to no end, man. I thought we left him out there a little too long. We were up by a good 20 points and still had him running around. But I think we were waiting for him to get his 40-point number since he had scored 38 in the last 2. So he's averaging 39 points in the last 3 games. And we've been winning each and every one of them. So needless to say, Anthony Davis is playing like MVP Davis. Instead of Anthony Davis, we call him MVP Davis when he plays like this. Also, LeBron James, Miss Triple Dub, showed up tonight. Efficiency King wasn't quite there, 1 of 7 from behind the arc. But you love the way he was passing the rock. You love the fact that he got a plus 23 on the plus minus. You love the fact that he was crashing the glass. You love the fact that he was just out there because we've been missing him so long. So I thought that having him out there was an absolute luxury. He had some fantastic synergy plays with guys like Rui Hachimura and Austin Reeves. Austin Reeves had a curl play where they did a lob. Austin laid it up to Bron. I thought that was one of the most beautiful plays I had seen all year. Just really good stuff from the King, man, with the triple-double coming back around. I think it was 18 points, 11 assists, and 10 rebounds. We really love those 11 assists, man. So that's one player who went crazy. Another guy was Rui Hachimura, man. Weak side Rui. Now, you guys know I've been complaining about his weak side all season long. Since we picked him up, I had complaints about this, that, and the third. But over the last 2 games, he's been giving me all of the weak side help that would make up for every complaint I've had, bro. He had 3 blocks tonight, maybe 4. It's kind of all over the place. One stat line says he has 3 blocks. One stat line says he has 4. But he was stellar, man. The boy didn't miss too much. I think he was like 10 or 14 or something like that. 3 blocks or 4 blocks. I believe he had double-digit rebounds. He certainly walked out of there with a double-double. And 20 points on, I think it was 15 shots? I don't remember. God, I wish I remembered that. But he was stellar, man. His plus-minus was really good, too, if I'm not mistaken. So you got to look at him. Then you look at Austin Reeves, who also had a really good plus-minus. I think he walked out of there with 8 assists, 18 points. I don't remember, but he was also really a standout tonight and did exactly what I wanted to see him do. Attacking, taking care of the basketball, and making sure he accumulates enough playmaking for everybody. So, and you just look at it. You know, I think he had more rebounds than that, Rui. When I look back on Rui's stats, I think he might have had more than 10 rebounds. I don't remember. But whatever the case may be, our team played so very good. And all 4 of those guys really had a lot to do with it. Malik Beasley, his plus-minus is really good despite being not so efficient shooting the ball. So that was something that stood out. He had like 11 attempted threes, which I really don't need. But if he's going to do good things with his minutes, it's going to contribute to winning. And we like what we saw down there for the most part. He hit key buckets. He wasn't settling. He was doing good things, putting himself in position to be the recipient of fast break plays and stuff like that. I wish LeBron would have gave him the ball at the halftime buzzer instead of trying to lay the ball up not going. He should have gave him that one. But nevertheless, it was good. You saw him do good with his minutes, even though the efficiency wasn't there. He hit 3 threes, and they contributed. They contributed to winning. Look at Dennis Schroeder. His minutes looked like they were a little light tonight. Didn't do a whole lot of production really at all in the stats. But then you look at the plus minus, and he was really good plus minus. So he didn't cater to any failures either. So this is a good overall team game tonight, man. I really like what I saw from Wenyen Gabriel in the minutes that he played. He was hustling like crazy in the 4th quarter, even though it turned into a turnover. We did not forget the hustle. I asked him to give me something I will remember. I won't forget that. So he definitely showed up and gave us something to enjoy there. Who else, man? Vanderbilt. I thought we used him sparingly because Rui was playing so well, so we were able to sneak him some rest here and there. And we had him on green early on. I thought he did a pretty good job, but this wasn't really one of those games where he stood out to me. And it wasn't necessary because you had so much domination coming from our other forwards that we could just afford to kind of be quiet there. I like what I saw from Devon Reed. Garbage time, last 3 minutes of the game. He came in and just did everything right. Stole the ball, got a couple of assists, got a jump shot that was wet, rebound the ball. He was just doing all the things you need to see a dude do in limited minutes. And this is what I talked about a couple of times this year when guys come in with only a small window of time, is do they know what to do at that time so that they can earn more? And the best thing to do is not worry about your stats more so than worry about doing what's smart for the basketball floor while you're on it. So, for example, Devon Reed did all those things right. And I usually say Max Christie does those things right. But in this time, Max Christie came in the game and rushed and ignored clock management. And that's going to hurt him, not help him. See, he's trying to go after his stats. I got to get on the board. But no, what you got to do is play smart. Because the scouts are ultimately looking for you to do what the team needs to succeed, not get your own. Getting your own is what your agent is going to tell you to do. But that ain't what your scouts want you to do. Your scouts want you to do what absolutely is the smartest thing for you to do on the floor with limited minutes. That will earn you more minutes. So that's what I want to say there. I thought Rui has done a fantastic job of showing us how to earn minutes over these last couple of days too. He had his minutes completely removed from him, ill-advised when Bron came back. We told our coach that we didn't appreciate that. We spoke on why we shouldn't, and we told Rui what we wanted to see him do. Get a couple of assists, think weak side. Those are the two things that he must do in order to gain the confidence of all of us playing at the 4 spot, which is what we want to slot him at. And ever since then, this boy's been playing unbelievable basketball. Unbelievable basketball on this road trip. It's been all Rui Hachimura. Every single night he's been doing something. In the last game, he was fantastic weak side with limited minutes. He had a plus 20. And tonight he was even better than that in fantastic minutes. And he was a big-time focal point of what we were doing. His efficiency was overwhelming. He was one of the top rebounders, if not the top rebounder on the team. He was the top shot blocker on the team tonight. This dude was the best player, not named Anthony Davis, on the entire basketball floor tonight. Well, I got to give Alperen Sengun some credit too, but he's up there with them dudes. Okay, that's who the best players on the floor were, if you ask me. So I'm over the moon when it comes to what Rui did over these last 2 games. It's exactly what I've tasked him with doing, and he could not have made me more happy with how he's handled these last 2 games. So that's what I want to say, man. Rui Hachimura and Anthony Davis are going crazy on this road trip. They're going crazy on this road trip. Both of them dudes, since LeBron James has come back, have been better players. And I think that that's a big part of why we are enjoying our success right now. It's because of how well those two have been killing this road trip. So that's really where my head goes. When I got to look at the Houston Rockets, give them credit. They had 5 players in double figures. All of their starters had double figures. And like I said, Alperen Sengun, my God, man. It must be hard for that dude to be on a tanking team when you're capable of doing what he can do. That is one of the best young players in basketball today. Let me tell you, Alperen Sengun is not anything short of a all-star right now. Nothing short. That dude is special, man. The way that he was playing off of everybody, rolling off of people, faking them out, making plays, dunking the ball, layup here, rebound there. I mean, his numbers, I think he had like 15 rebounds, double-digit scoring. I don't remember what he had in the scoring, but he had 3 blocks, 2 steals, several assists. I'm like, God, this dude filled up the box score. And this ain't the first time we've seen him went crazy, because he went crazy against us in the last game and got his career high with a bunch of rebounds on top of that. This dude, if he goes off and becomes one of them great players, it won't be any shock to me, because what he's been doing this year and last year in his rookie season, I think it's just going to be really, really interesting to see what the Rockets do if for some reason they happen to get the first overall pick. That's what I'm saying to you. And I don't want to get into a whole spiel about that, but I've been thinking about that a lot, because moving Alperen Sengun out to bring in Wembanyama is what anybody and everybody would do. But if for some reason Alperen Sengun turns out to be a greater overall player than Wembanyama, it will not shock me, because his basketball IQ is out of this world. Now, he ain't going to never have the metrics saying Wembanyama. I don't think he'll ever shoot like Wembanyama. But I'm telling you, his floor game, that dude's floor game, he's like a Jokic, man. He is Jokic. In fact, he is showing more upside than Jokic showed us this soon. This soon. So I'm on the Sengun train. I'm telling y'all, I'm on the Sengun train. That dude is different. Really, really, really good, man. So that's what he showed us tonight. And his teammates are really, 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 really good too. Kevin Porter Jr., you already know what I think of Kevin Porter Jr. He had like 6 threes tonight. A real light night for him. That dude's going to be out there in the cosmos as well as he goes forward. Green, did he have 6 threes? He had some threes too. Green, also another phenomenal talent who had a fantastic night. So you just love that young core. Terry Eason. Now, Terry Eason is one of my favorite players on that team too, but he has been really, really cold. Tonight, I think he was 4-13 or something like that. Last game, he was 1 of 11, so he is in his really, really, really bad slump for his standards. Super slump for his standards. And I'm glad that carried forward into this game. We had a Boban sighting later on in the game. It was a lot of garbage time, so we saw some of everybody. That was fun seeing him and Wenyen go at it down the stretch of this game. And just overall, it was a lot of fun, man. The Lakers were up by as much as 27 in this game. We took it to the Houston Rockets. We remembered that they had beat us in the last time we saw them. We didn't have Anthony Davis, so Anthony took that personally tonight and showed the Lakers and everybody else why he should have been playing in that game. And we were able to get the victory. You know, this is a 3-game series this year. We only see them 3 times, twice in their house, once in ours. And we got the 2-1 series victory there. So, tanking team, how much celebration you want to do there. But it's worth noting, I guess. And now we head to Utah. Another blizzard, from what I understand. We just escaped one in Minnesota. Now they got to head into another really, really cold and snowy situation in Utah. But it don't matter, because at the end of the day, we come in there for one thing and one thing only, and that's to put ourselves in a position to have this big-time matchup against the Clippers. If we beat these guys, Utah, we got that matchup we're looking for, which is going to be for the 6th seed. Us and Clippers going at it for that 6th seed spot. And then with only 2 games left for us, and I think 1 game left for them or something like that after that, we'll be in a firm position to keep that 6th seed if we continue to do what we need to do after capturing it. So that's what we're doing. That's the goal, man. We're trying to win every game we are in. We've been in this playoff type atmosphere for the past month, so it ain't nothing new to us. And we took it to this Houston Rockets team like we were supposed to and added another victory to our name. And for the first time since January of 2022, the Los Angeles Lakers are 2 games above 500. And I hear claps in my head. That's like a time for you to applaud. That is real, actual, serious stuff to be celebrating right there, because we ain't been very good all this dang time. That's a long time to have gone this long without actually having 2 games over 500 on your record. But we're there. We put ourselves there by working hard, by making the trade. Congratulations to Rob Pelinka once again. Thank you for making the trades necessary to get us these players. Rui Hachimura was a fantastic acquisition. I don't care nothing about that 2nd-round pick in 2029 at all, because that is exactly what we gave up to get him, and he is balling out in a time when we really need him to ball out. And it's fantastic, man. I love what I see from my team. They're comfortable on the road. You know, that's what I'm also appreciating. We get on the road, we play better than we do at home. And so, you know, these games I was concerned about, like, oh, we got this 5-game road trip. It's for all the marbles. I'm pulling on my hair out. And then as I see as these games are unfolding, we're going to each and every one of these buildings and we're playing better than we do at our home. So it's like, look, if Anthony Davis is going to average damn near 40 on the road, Rui Hachimura is going to average a plus 25 on the road, let's not ever go back home. I don't want to see no more games at Staples Center. Let's play all our games on the road. That's the better way for us, it seems, because we're beating all these teams in their house, but we can't seem to get as much success in our own. So, you know, I'm so happy that Rui was able to play this well, but it would be great to see him play like this in front of Staples Center, where all the fans can root for him and cheer and see exactly the love that we have for this type of play, man. So that's what I'm hopeful to see. Guys can become more comfortable in our building. You know, it's Crypto.com arena, but I'm starting to think of it as anxiety arena, because every time we go in there, it's like we're not home. It's like a lot of our players tense up when we're in that building. We go on the road, Toyota Center, go into Target Center, we ball out and go crazy. So that's what I'm looking at, man. That stood out to me, how comfortable our team looks on the road right now. Yeah, man, all kinds of good, man. Anthony Davis was so dang dominant, it ain't worth talking about how much he was able to kill it in the first half. He ended up with 40, but he had 27 in the first half, man. He was just dunking everything, laying the ball up. The touch around the rim was so nice, high arcing layups and stuff like that, out of the reach of long defenders. I thought they tried to, they did what they could, throwing Smith at him. I thought Smith did a solid job, but he couldn't stop him. Sengun, those guys couldn't do nothing with him. So we were really pleased with what we saw there. Even though D'Lo didn't play in the second half, I thought he played well in the first half. Hopefully he's okay. I don't know what's going on, but his jump shot was falling. He was making plays for other people and stuff like that. He did what D'Lo does, and I'm glad we were able to hold it down the second half without needing him. So, yeah, you gotta give credit to the Lakers, man. We were basically working without some of what we normally have. Given that D'Lo was out in the second half, we continued to move forward. Dennis Schroeder, obviously, the production wasn't really showing up in the stat sheet, so you don't look at him as basically really providing as much as well. But other guys did. It's that simple. When Rui plays this well, AD's going that dominant, Bron's give you triple-double, Austin's being efficient. You don't really need too much from D'Lo. You don't really need too much from Troy. You don't really need too much from others. Lonnie stepped in, had a three-point shot. I like that. I think it was Devon Reed that got him in that assist, so I was definitely looking for little stuff like that, what guys do with the minutes given. And, yeah, man, it was just a lot to appreciate about the LA Lakers' overall performance tonight. Like I said, the King was out there, man. Even though the 1 for 7 3, I thought we could have did better with some of those possessions when we're shooting the three, but I also see the fruit in him getting in rhythm and trying to see it fall at some point. So I thought this was the right night to attempt 7. Rather him go 1 for 7 tonight than 1 for 7 in any other game. But like that, the score dictated he could attempt some shots to try to get in rhythm. They didn't fall. We'll live with it. Kind of felt the same way about Malik Beasley. Some of his shots, it's like these are the times when you can afford for him to go 3 for 11 from behind the arc because you're up by 10 and 12 when he's doing it. So I thought we used him correctly tonight. So, yeah, Darvin Ham, I think he did pretty good, man. I think he did pretty good. I don't have a problem with what I saw. Garbage time allowed us to see some of the guys that I otherwise want to see a little more. I still think we're leaving a lot of production sitting down when we don't play Lonnie Walker and choose Beasley over him. I think we're leaving a lot of production on the board. But ultimately, we're really getting what we want done, and we're seeing the type of stuff that would help us feel really good. Anthony Davis and the way we've been attacking on this road trip, getting him in quick, easy actions. You know what I mean? Having more going on around him, as we talked about a lot. Just a lot of aggression, catching the ball closer, being intent on driving at the rim, stuff like that for Anthony Davis. I just really like his aggressiveness tonight. And his intent on just scoring repeatedly. It's the way that I say we need to give him the ball every night. The way New Orleans was feeding him when he was with them. It's just about getting him the ball repeatedly and letting him go to work and staying in rhythm and not allowing him to settle for jump shots or playing slow motion like we often do. Giving him the ball in the elbow and then having him do a little spin move in slow motion. He's moving like this and then jump shot and it bricks and then it goes the other way. Nah, that's not the Anthony we need. We need Anthony going into moves real quick, and he's been doing that on this road trip. If he keeps that up for the rest of these games, I think we got a good chance of winning every game we're in. Good chance. Damn good, actually. So, even though the Houston Rockets are a team that most people's stats are inflated against because they just don't really play defense to the best of their ability to try to tank. So that might have catered to some of what we saw. At the end of the day, you just love the aggression of the players that played well. And you definitely saw sequences where they had to shoot over tough defense or push past guys who were sliding fast and stuff like that. So it wasn't like Houston was just allowing us to lay the ball up. They weren't. They were fighting. And we were happy to see our guys overcome that defense. So that's what it is, man. I don't, like I said, the game ball is not going to be something easy to give away. Because when I look at Rui Hachimura, I'm definitely certain he deserves it. But then when I look at Anthony Davis's efficiency in this 40-point game, and I know we don't win the game if we don't have that production too. I look at Anthony Davis's plus minus as something to ignore. I think it was a +2. Don't pay that any attention. So that's one of those situations where I just don't know. I'm really not sure who I want to get a ball game to, but it's definitely between one of those two guys. I'll figure it out before the end of this video. But, all in all, you just appreciate where the Lakers are at. We have controlled our destiny even further. The Dallas Mavericks lost again tonight. They're falling out of it. It looks like they're about to bow out soon. I know Dallas fans ain't trying to hear this, but it looks like y'all about to bow out right now. Utah, they're going to try to give it a go against us. We got to make sure they don't have a chance. Their bench should not be able to compete against us. And that's it. We should be able to push past them. I'm looking at their center position. I'm concerned. Kessler's really good. Dunn off the bench is really good. The THTs are highly motivated to play us. But at the end of the day, with us playing the way that we are, with the intensity as it is, the urgency being met, I don't like Utah's chances against us in their next game at home. I don't. I ain't gonna even lie to you. I love us in that game, especially with everything on the line, the way we're playing. Of course, if D'Lo ain't available to go, that will hurt. But yeah, we're definitely bringing something to them that should be able to overpower them if we keep up what we've done these last 2 games. So that's what it is, man. I'm very happy. Shout out to the Los Angeles Lakers as a whole for just putting us in a position to feel good about being 2 games over 500, comfortably in the 7th seed. I think we've gotten that settled right now, but we're fighting for 6 now. We're not even looking at 7 no more. We want out of the play-in tournament. We believe if we win these next 4 games, we can do that. So those games are as followed. The Utah Jazz come up next. Then we go straight back home to play these Clippers. And we follow that up with a game against Phoenix. And then we followed it up with another game against Utah. And we're done. That's it. So this is the deal. This Utah game, it's a back-to-back. That's what we need to understand. It's a back-to-back. We're flying straight to Utah. We're going to play that game. And then the very next night, we're in our building, Anxiety Arena, for that Clipper matchup for all the marbles. So it's going to be ever so important we get Utah out of the way early and rest AD. Do not do another one of those. Let's wait till he gets to 40. No. You make sure you sneak him some rest. You sneak Bron some rest. You sneak anybody who can get some rest in this Utah matchup. And we make sure that we have enough fresh bodies ready for the Clippers who are going to want to take our heads off and want to take advantage of the fact that we're going to be tired coming after that back-to-back. But I don't give a damn about that. We need to beat those Clippers in that game just like we need to beat Utah. And we need to be well-rested to do it. And that's all that I accept. I don't want to see nothing about no run out of gas. None of that. I watched the Boston Celtics last week. This is what I want to tell everybody who watches me. I watched the Boston Celtics last week. They had a big game against the Milwaukee Bucks, but they had a back-to-back the night before against the Pacers, and they had to go 150, 140-something points to beat the Pacers, and they got blown out, smacked, and dragged by the Bucks the next game. That can't happen to us. We can't afford to let that happen. That's what I'm here to tell you. We need to rest. We need to find ways of getting some rest tonight. We need to sneak rest. You guys got to get good meals. All that extra stuff needs to be done between now and that Clipper matchup, because I'm telling you, that's the game of our lives. And being tired is not an excuse to drop it. Because at the end of the day, do you know what you're fighting for? The ability to skip the play-in tournament. That's less basketball, not more. So we have to consider that when going into this back-to-back. Because playing our hardest and winning those 2 games means more rest, not less. And more security at that, because we do not want to play in a play-in tournament, to say the least. So this is what it's about, man. This Utah game is a big game. It's a big game. You know, I'm already past the Houston game. Thank you, Houston, for continuing to tank with a lot of entertainment attached to it. It was fun to watch you guys, but you know, I'm tunnel vision as it pertains to what this team needs to do. I am absolutely on to the next one right now, and the next one is the Utah Jazz. We must respect those young rookies that they got, Agbaji, and of course Kessler. Kessler's one of the best shot blockers in basketball today, and he's a rookie. He's capable of killing it on the boards. He's capable of getting shots up from behind the arc. He's capable of scoring in the paint repeatedly. We dealt with Alperen Sengun today. He's a different beast. Because Alperen's doing all kinds of stuff on the offensive end, stuff like that. But I'm telling you, Kessler is a different type of beast who's going to be blocking shots. He had a game a couple days ago where he had 7 block shots. This is what he does. It's what he does. He blocks shots. So do not take him lightly. I think he's going to make multiple all-star teams in this league. I think he's going to be a big problem for the Utah Jazz. A big problem for us, but a good thing for everybody. For the Jazz and a bad thing for everybody. So we need to deal with him, and everybody else does too. And don't try laying the ball up over him and think he's not going to play defense. He's very good at that. And Kelly Olynyk, we got to get out to the three-point line, guard him. We know what time it is. Vanderbilt and Beasley, this is their old spot, so I expect them to be ready for that Utah matchup. They are, it should be a warm welcome there for them. And, of course, we're going to see a couple of our old guys, too. We know who's there. Damian Jones, Juan Toscano Anderson, THT. We got some guys over there that are going to be up and ready to play us, and they know they play us twice over the next 7 days. So they're going to be up. They're going to be ready to beat us. If they don't win no more games this season, they definitely want to get to 2 against us. So we got to be intent on zeroing in on all of them, every one of those players that they got, and make sure that we take it to them. Colin Sexton, Chris Dunn, those guards are going to be out there playing defense and running around. Baji shoots the 3. So we're already thinking about them, man. We're not as much as thinking about how much we appreciate this win, even though it was fantastic. We are thinking about the fullness of what we need to do because our team is on a mission. A mission not just to get out of the play-in tournament, not just to get to the playoffs, but to get out of the West and get our hands on Larry O'Brien. That's where my eyes is at. I'm looking at Larry. I'm looking at all these teams around the league, and I ain't scared of none of them. I feel like if our team plays the way they're supposed to play, and we're able to mask the fact that we don't have a center, which may not always work out for us, but if we play the way we did tonight with intensity and we find this type of help defense from Rui Hachimura, that could be the difference. I'm telling you, that could be the difference. Him playing like this and everybody continuing to play as well as they've been playing, nah. The league ain't ready for that. They ain't ready for that. They need Rui Hachimura to be a 5-point, 3-rebound guy. They do not need him to be plus 25, going for 3 and 4 blocks, double-digit rebounds, high-efficiency shooting. No. If he's doing that, Austin's doing what he does, AD, Bron, D'Lo does what he does, Schroeder does what he does, Austin does what he does, we're going to win the championship. I'm telling you. I am telling you, if all of that comes into play, it's going to be a very tough way for any team to beat us in a 7-game series. They ain't going to have the depth. There's a league full of teams that don't have the depth. Sacramento may have the depth. Memphis has the depth. Boston may be able to overcome us with and Milwaukee. Those are the teams that look crazy to me. Philly, New York. Those are the teams, man. Just about everybody else, I don't mind seeing y'all. Just about everybody else, I don't mind seeing you. With my roster, I think we beat you in a 7-game series. Did I forget somebody? Nah, the rest of those teams should really consider what this team looks like when we play like this. That's what I think. I think most of those teams would rather not face us, even with Rui playing. With him playing like this, that's all I got to say. So what I want to do is give him the game ball. I've come to the conclusion that even though Anthony Davis has been averaging 38 points and 4 overwhelming numbers on high efficiency, I'm going to give the ball to the guy who stepped outside of himself. Anthony Davis was himself, and we loved it, and we appreciated it, and he showed up, and he showed out, and he was a superstar on the floor, both sides. So was Bron. Triple-double, those guys were themselves. Rui was somebody else. Austin was himself. Rui was somebody else, and that's why I want to give him the game ball. You look at his plus-minus, you look at the defensive end stats, you look at the offensive end stats, you look at the efficiency, and you understand what all he did to earn that honor. So that's exactly what I'm giving it to Rui Hachimura of the LA Lakers. So that's what it is, man. I'm very happy, man. This is 2 games in a row where I ain't had nothing to complain about. Darvin, for real, 2 games in a row. I ain't had nothing really at all. Like I said, I always set aside the Lonnie Walker, Max Christie circumstance because that's how we're moving right now. And if I had my way, they would be in rotation and Beasley would be out. I don't have my way, and that's fine. I can live with what it is that I have to live with in that way, as long as the team's winning, and they are. And the rotations have been solid. The players have been solid. Defense has been good enough, even though the perimeter defense needs to improve. Turn the ball over 6 times in this game. I love that. 6 turnovers in the game against the Houston Rockets. Double-digit, I think it was plus 20 points fast breaks. I think we had like 20 points in the fast break, 21, 22 points in fast break or something like that. Excellent stuff. We out-rebounded them, I believe. Very happy about that. I think it was like 6 of 30 from behind the arc. Most of that was Beasley. So, we were pretty good, man. To say the least. I think it was noteworthy that the Houston Rockets attempted over 100 field goals. It's like 102 field goals they attempted. And offensive rebounds. We did not keep them off of the offensive rebound. They had over 11 offensive rebounds. Maybe even more than that, something like that. We also had double-digit offensive rebounds, so we're pleased with that. But we definitely want to keep the other team from getting second-chance points, particularly going into Utah with all those bigs that they got. And Damian Jones is a better player than we knew him to be. He's better. He ain't that much better, but he's better. So we need to understand that we're going to have to defend him as he's now a real role player for the Utah Jazz. So that's what it is, man. I'm pleased, man. What can I say? The Los Angeles Lakers did their job. They took care of one of the most important games of the season here, getting our lick back from that Houston team that made us look foolish without Anthony Davis a couple weeks back. Felt great. And shout out to the Houston Rockets again for having 5 players in double figures, for continuing the process of tanking on purpose while being very good. It must not be easy, so I give them that credit. What else, man? Is there anything else I want to say about this? I really like the fact that there are a lot of basketball games tonight that affect what we're doing. Even though we're firmly in a position to do what we're doing, teams around us are falling and knocking off and sliding and all kinds of other stuff. We love it. Pay attention to what's going on with the Warriors tonight. They're playing the Nuggets right now. I don't know how that game's going, but it's a big one. Like I said, Dallas lost again to Atlanta in an overtime game. It came down to the wire. I think I missed most of the third quarter of our game because I was watching the final seconds of their first overtime. I don't know. But it became a situation where we were waiting for that game to end, and we kept on looking, and it finally ended up going to overtime. So I was like, I forget it. But I was very intent on watching what was going on over there just because Dallas is behind us, and I haven't lost sight of the fact that some of these teams can still catch up if they keep winning. Just like we got circumstances to handle. If we lose a couple games, a couple guys win a couple games, we're in trouble, including Utah. If Utah wins out and we lose out, they could actually find themselves in the playoffs, and we could find ourselves on the outside, believe it or not. So I don't expect that to happen. The way we're playing, that's not likely. But it is something that we must not forget about. We're still in the fight. We still got to win. Teams like Timberwolves still around. Ain't going nowhere. OKC, they're still around. So we must continue to win. Congratulations, LA. Congratulations, Los Angeles Lakers. You guys are 2 games over 500 for the first time since January 2022. And it is right now April 2nd, 2023. So it's been a long time, man. We feel good to be in a winning situation. LeBron James, triple-double, all of that good stuff, man. We just love what we saw from our team, man. So I don't think there's anything left to say, man. I am a very, very pleased Laker fan. I'm intent on giving you guys everything I got every day in regards to this team. And that's what it's going to be. I'm sure I'll be talking about it more. But right now, I'm blank. I got it all out. I'm thankful the Lakers won. BDF 44, I'm out.